Hello, friends. Today I have picked up a beautiful ballad named A Legend of the Northland. A ballad is a song narrating a story in short stanzas. Ballads are a part of folk culture or popular culture and are passed on orally from one generation to the next. This poem is referred as a legend, as the name says, a legend of the Northland. It's called as a legend as it defines an old traditional and popular story that is told to the children of the Northland. Though it is considered to be historical, but its authenticity is not attested, right? And it's a curious and conventional story with a supernatural element present at the end of the tale. The main objective of this poem or this folk tale is to convey a message or to teach some values. In this poem, The Legend of the Northland, the poet tells us that we should not be greedy or selfish, and we must always be ready to help those in need. The poet seems to be warning people who are selfish that they may be punished and that the punishment may be very severe. So, here we got the indication that this poem is going to be about a selfish act that results in some kind of grave punishment. And by reading the poem, we'll come to know who got punished, what was the kind of punishment, and by whom, right? And before moving forth, let's get introduced to the poet also, right? The poetess name is Phoebe Cary. She was born on 4th September 1822 and died on 31st July 1871. Let me tell you a very interesting fact about Phoebe Cary. She has a sibling named Alice Cary, and she was also poetry writer. Alice was 4 years elder to Phoebe. She was born on April 26, 1820, and she died on 12th February 1871. Both the sisters died in the same year. It is said that Alice died of tuberculosis, like she was sick, and Phoebe, she died out of grief. Just 5 months later, although the medical cause was hepatitis. Both the sisters, Alice and Phoebe, they grew up on a farm near Cincinnati, and their life was not at all a bed of roses. They suffered a lot in their life and they had gone through a lot. Their mother died at very early age, and then their father married, and the stepmother was not at all favorable for the girls. She made them work in fields and also deprived them from school teaching also. But as it said that fragrance of flower can't be veiled, same happened with these girls. They grew up reading classics at home only, and they wrote beautiful poems, and later words they were recognized also by many. Together they wrote a book, Poems of Alice and Phoebe Cary, and after their debut they moved to New York City, where they became central figures in the East Coast literary clan. They contributed regularly to national periodicals and also active in the early days of the women's rights movement. As Phoebe was more inclined towards women rights, so She worked as an assistant editor for Susan B. Anthony's newspaper, The Revolution, sharing some famous works done by Alice and Phoebe. You all can read at leisure. After this elaborate introduction of the poetess and her sister, let's start the poem. And the first stanza goes like this. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. This is a tale of the northern area which is near the North Pole. The poet doesn't specify the exact place, but Northland means the area in the northernmost part of the earth, that is near the North Pole, and it is winter time. Poet says that obviously in winters it seems that nights are long, but in this area actually the nights are long and daytime is really short. तो दिन का जो वक्त है वो बहुत ही छोटा है, कम है, और रातें जो हैं बहुत ही लंबी हैं, पर फिर भी यहाँ पर लोग सो नहीं पाते हैं. People are not able to sleep due to cold. Where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear's cubs in their funny furry clothes. Here the people used to join the swift reindeers to the sledges when it snows. When the snow starts falling, then they used to tie the reindeers to the sledges. And the children, they look like bear's cubs. क्यों वो bear's cub जैसे लगते हैं? Because they wear winter furry and thick clothes to save them from cold, right? Here you can see the picture of sledge. Sledge is a wheelless cart which is used to run on snow. Hope you all must have heard of Rudolph the reindeer, the red-nosed reindeer, right? So I have given this picture also. You can watch this movie. This is hilarious, and that is sleigh that used to run on snow. And it's children's picture in furry dress. Okay? Don't they look like bear cubs? Now come to the third stanza. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it's true. And yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. They refers to the people of Northland, and them here refers to the children. So the people used to tell the children this tale. Though the poet doesn't believe that this story is true, right? जो पोइट हैं वो बिलीव नहीं करती हैं कि ये स्टोरी जो है वो ट्रू है जो लोग बच्चों को सुनाते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी शी अर्जेस दैट दिस स्टोरी will give you some teaching, will give you something important to learn. अगर मैं आपको ये story सुनाऊँ तो in the form of a poem. And here starts the tale. Once, when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it, preaching, just as he did, you know. It is the story of legend Saint Peter. To walk around and preach. Preach का मतलब होता है उपदेश देना. This is a fact about Saint Peter known to everybody. So here the poetess urges to all that it is a well-known fact to all. Okay? Stanza 5. He came to the door of a cottage in travelling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. It's written in very simple lines that Saint Peter, he came to the door of a cottage of this little woman who used to make cakes, and she was baking cakes on the hearth. Hearth here means the lower part of a furnace, right? And being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her for her store of cakes to give him a single one. Saint Peter was fasting for whole day. वो पूरे दिन से भूखे थे और एकदम भूख से बहुत परेशान थे. And he was about to faint. क्योंकि पूरा दिन ख़त्म होने को आया था और उन्होंने पूरे दिन में कुछ भी नहीं खाया हुआ था। तो वो इस लेडी से कहते हैं, जो कि जिनका केक का स्टोर है, वो कहते हैं एक केक उन्हें देने के लिए। सेंट पीटर आस्क्ड women to give him a single cake from her stores of cake. So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away.